Welcome back to Channel Name. Today we're diving into one of the most famous and dramatic stories in the Bible, the tale of Samson and Delilah, a story of strength, temptation, betrayal, and the consequences of disobedience to God. Let's open our Bibles to Judges chapter 16. Samson was chosen by God before his birth to be a Nazirite, set apart to deliver Israel from the Philistines. His great strength came from the Spirit of the Lord, and as part of his vow, his hair was never to be cut. Judges 16:4 tells us, "Sometime later he fell in love with a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. The Philistine rulers saw an opportunity. They came to Delilah and said, 'See if you can lure him into showing you the secret of his great strength and how we can overpower him.'" Judges 16:5. In return, they promised her great wealth.
Delilah asked Samson again and again, "Tell me the secret of your great strength."
At first, Samson misled her. He said fresh bowstrings would bind him.
Then, new ropes. Then, weaving his hair into a loom. Each time, Delilah tested him, and each time, Samson broke free. But Judges 16:16 says, "With such nagging, she prodded him day after day until he was sick to death of it." Finally, Samson gave in.
Judges 16:17 records his words, "No razor has ever been used on my head, because I have been a Nazirite dedicated to God from my mother's womb. If my head were shaved, my strength would leave me."
Delilah saw he had told her everything. She lulled him to sleep on her lap and called for a man to shave off the 7 braids of his hair. Then she cried out, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you!" But this time, Samson's strength was gone. Judges 16:21 tells us, "The Philistines seized him, gouged out his eyes and took him down to Gaza. Binding him with bronze shackles, they set him to grinding grain in the prison." Samson, once a mighty judge of Israel, was now blind and enslaved. But the story didn't end there, because verse 22 says, "But the hair on his head began to grow again after it had been shaved." Later, the Philistines brought Samson out to celebrate their victory. They placed him between the pillars of the temple. Samson prayed in Judges 16:28, "Sovereign Lord, remember me. Please, God, strengthen me just once more, and let me with one blow get revenge on the Philistines for my 2 eyes." With all his might, Samson pushed the pillars, and the temple collapsed, killing thousands, and Samson himself. The story of Samson and Delilah reminds us of the danger of compromise, the cost of sin, and the mercy of God. Though Samson fell, God's purpose was still fulfilled. Let's reflect on this. Where do we place our trust? In people, in strength, or in God alone? If you found this video inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Bible stories. And remember, true strength comes from walking faithfully with God.